Welcome, one and all, to the Special Beast Planet presentation. Some of you might remember our old mascot, who recently got kicked out for saying certain things about Australians. But not to worry, for this special occasion, we have hired a brand new talking person guy mascot thing. Introducing the world famous, possibly for all the wrong reasons, the G-Bot! This robot will be your host for today's special presentation of Tiny Toxic Terrors, or Toxic Tiny Terrors. I think Tiny Toxic sounds better, but then again, I guess there could also be a case to be made for Toxic Tiny, but then again, I just guess it doesn't really matter too much, but anyway, wait, what am I even rambling about anymore? What, Gary, what are you doing? Oh, nothing, anyway, here's our show!
Hello everyone and welcome to the special with no name. I am your host the G-Bot and I have been paid nearly $10,000 to host this special. You might know me best as the host of the popular show Spider Chat, but today I'm switching over to insects. More specifically the largest group of insects, the beetles. We got a lot of arthropods to look at, so let's get this started with the saber-toothed garung beetle. These guys have really painful pinchers and they can shoot acid. That's it. Now we got blister beetles, which are nasty little bugs that secrete a chemical that causes blisters. Ouch. Next here we have poison arrow beetles. These guys are weird because of the fact that as adults they're relatively harmless, but when they pupate they do so in a poisonous cocoon. The strange thing is that this venom only activates in the bloodstream and not the digestive system, so scientists aren't sure how this poison protects the larva. Moving over to tiny terrors, we have the rove beetles. They pretend to have a deadly stinger, that's it. Then we have the Asian longhorn beetle. These guys lay their eggs in trees, which causes many trees to die a premature death. Next we have tiger beetles. These are viscous little carnivores that like to eat other bugs including spiders, so yeah, it turns out spiders aren't invincible. Then there's stick beetles, which spray a gross liquid. Then there's the great silver beetle, which we forgot to mention in our water bug video. Oops, anyways, they're basically bootleg diving beetles. Next we have the violet ground beetle, which is purple and likes to eat slimy things. Gross. Then there's the terrifying Colorado beetle, also called the potato bug, not to be confused with the Jerusalem cricket, which is also called the potato bug. Anyways, they like to eat potatoes. Finally there's the death watch beetle, which got its name from the fact that in order to attract mates, they'll bang their heads on wood, which makes a loud noise, and when humans during medieval times heard this they thought it was the Grim Reaper coming to get them, hence the name. Okay, time for an intermission. As you all know, the famous British band the Beatles ended up all dying in that horrible train crash in 1971, but luckily for you all I hired a shady necromancer who has managed to revive them, so now give it up for the Beatles. Okay, so I just received word that apparently they got out and are now causing a ruckus. Oops, anyways, let's look at some cards. Fine. As for human relations, a lot of these beetles can either cause a bunch of damage to the lumber industry or cause millions to go hungry. Oh well, that's what you get for creating invasive species. Well, see you guys back on my main show, and remember, if you start hearing vaguely British sounding groans, then I recommend you start running.